Hello, dear guests. Good morning. Welcome to the Data Gear community and its Data Mesh with Dremio online event. My name is Daria, and I will be your host for this exciting journey into the world of data and its vast potential. In today's digital age, data is the lifeblood that fuels innovation, drives decision making, and transforms industries. However, as the volume and complexity of data continue to grow exponentially, it becomes increasingly crucial to navigate and harness its power effectively. And that is precisely why we are here today to explore the concept of data mesh and its implications in the realm of data analytics with the help of our today's speaker, Anvy Elizabeth. I encourage you all to actively ask your questions during the event, and they will be answered by the end of the event. So, without the further ado, let us embark on this enlightening voyage into the realm of data mesh with Dremio. Thank you and enjoy the event.
Thank you, Daria. This is Anvy. I am a senior data engineer in EPAM, and thank you for all for being here. So, I have almost 9+ years of experience in data, and I have worked with Azure ecosystem, Hadoop, different ecosystems, Spark, and currently I'm working as Azure data engineer. So I have worked with streaming data, batch data, structured and unstructured data. I got chance to create different data pipelines that help us to migrate data and to publish data for data analytics, both in on-premise as well as in cloud platform. With that, I'm just jumping to my slides. Hope you can see my screen properly. And the today's agenda is like I will take you through one of the use case of one of the largest oil and company in the world and the challenges faced by the company when deriving insights from the operational data and how they solve these challenges using data mesh and how they implemented this data mesh using Dremio. And like ABC is a oil and energy company worldwide, and they have. So let me open my screen and give it. Okay. Are you able to my screen in the full mode? Yes.
Yes, we do.
Not able to type. Pointer. Okay. Okay. So ABC is one of the largest oil and energy company in the world, and it has three-fourth of their data coming employees working in as contractors. They have their HR and finance data housed by different on-premise system as well as cloud deployments, and they have invested in one of the central data team with expectation to improve the business, including HR department. And for this they want to actually improve their contingent worker system as well as reduce the attrition and create a plan for the future. So they have invested in third party tool as well as my system is a bit stuck actually. Give me 1 second. Okay. So all of these question arise from a use case. Like there was a meeting happened in the oil and energy company, and in that meeting there were HR partners as well as the vendors from different areas. And the HR partner asked one question like, "What percentage of contingent workers completed contract on time and on budget, and what are the regions with higher cost?" When this question arose, there were different answers provided by the other HR partners of the company, and it was a various answers. So, what was the reason for these diverse answers? The main reason is delay in updating the operational databases frequently with new addition of contractors, and no one was having the ownership of contingent worker data in the organization. The context of data was spread on between the domain team, the process team, and the central data team. and the data spread across different data sources. And vendor lock-in was another issue they faced. Like the data was locked in their proprietary data marts. And this was the challenge in HR domain. Like if you see here, I have a pyramid in which the bottom we can see the data coming for about their HR data, their finance data, which comes into their systems. Like it can be Azure data, like a legacy system or a S3 storage. And they have a ETL pipeline or a central data team who receives this data, updates this data, and creates data cubes of data marts for future analysis. And here is where the insights dashboard resides. So the central data team was not able to handle all the analytical questions from the management or HR partners very quickly. And due to the data team need to learn about HR and finance domain to answer these questions or provide insights in the dashboard. And data teams, for because of this reason, they need to spend too much time into fixing these broken pipelines or changes in the operational database fastly. And the domain team or the HR team who has knowledge in the HR data was had to reach to the central data team for each and every of their questions. So as you see, the data till reach the inside dashboard, the scope of the data got decreased. And also as the data the size of the data increased, the security and the governance issues started increasing. These were the main challenges the HR domain faced. And what is the solution for this? The solution for this is a real mindset shift. The ownership of the data should move from a central data team to a domain. It should be like a decentralized domain teams. Like here you can see HR domain, a finance domain, and the HR domain will be like a bounded context where they will have the ownership of their operational data. They will have the ownership of their analytical data. This is actually mindset shift. And also there should be a shift from bottlenecked data pipelines to self-service data platforms which can easily accessible by any users. They can use it without much complexity. And this is where data mesh came to picture. And data mesh is a concept that was coined by Samat Dikhani in 2019. According to her, the data mesh is built upon 4 pillars. It's like domain ownership is the first pillar. Basically, in domain ownership, this means the data of a particular domain should be owned by the domain team. They should own the operational data, they should own the analytical data, and they should provide this data for other domains for analytics. And next pillar is data as a product. In data as a product, the philosophy of product thinking is brought onto the analytical data. So each domain team will create their own data as a product and provide it as to the other data domains. So the data should be interoperable and should be having all the information required for other data domains. The other pillar is self-service data platform. Okay, so self-service data platform means there should be a common data platform for all the domains where the domains can create, execute, build their own data products, which can be easily accessible by other domains. And there should be a federated governance. This is the last pillar. So according to federated governance, it should have common standards followed by all the domains so that it should follow the organizational policies as well as industrial regulations in all the domains. So these are the basic 4 pillars of data mesh. And this is a data architecture from data mesh. Here you can see a domain. It can be any of the domains like HR domain or finance domain. In this domain, the operational data is owned. The analytical data is owned by the cross-functional data domains team, which already also may have a data team. And it will provide the data product. It will create the data product, and the output port of the data is exposed to other domains. They can use this data for their data product. Other domains can use it. And here you can see a federated governance, which is a common platform for all these domains, where they will be following some common standards. So even for the naming conventions or any rules, regulations, so that any other domains can easily access this particular data product of each domain. And also there will be a self-service data platform, which is common to all domains, so that the users can create, build, and execute and provide their data product easily for other domains. And this comes explanation about data product. What is actually a data product? Data product is published data set in any form. It can be of any form. For like example, it is a KPI which having a which says us like what percentage of contingent workers completed contract on time and on a budget. It can be such a KPI, or it can be a contracted details file in Azure Data Lake, or it can be a curated data set, a machine learned model, or a Power BI report. Any of these can come as a data product. And you can see this is the sample of a data product. It is the smallest unit in a data mesh. So a data product can consist of a code, a data that created that data product, the data models that create that data product, and the metadata of that particular data product, the infrastructure. And this there should be the input port. Input port is where the operational data comes into the data product, and here it will build the data product and provide as the output port, or it can be easily consumed by other data sources or other domains. Basically, like it can be SQL view, files, dashboards, a machine learning model, or any other products. So each data product it can select their own technology best suited for their use case. For there is no a particular rule like this technology should be used for this data product. It's up to the data team, like, or the domain team. They can select for their product team what technology be to best suit for their product. But the technology must be compliant with the product features and the requirements. And the data product should be self-discoverable semantic syntax. So any data product that should be self-discoverable, that it can be accessible from anywhere, from any other products. And it should be addressable. Addressable means if you discover a data product, any users should be programmatically address the product. And there should be trustworthiness. The data should be trustworthy. Like you should not, your data should not be erroneous. If a data is erroneous means nobody will trust your data. So you should your short data product should be trustworthy. That before producing data, you can do techniques like data cleansing or automated integration testing. Such things help to provide a trustworthy data product. And your data should be independently deployable, like a microservice or something like this. So it should be loosely coupled data product that can be consumed easily by other domains. And the challenges that our company faced to implement data mesh. So we know these are the solutions. So this is how the data mesh has to be produced. But these are some of I'm going to take you through some of the challenges the company faced to implement data mesh. For the first challenge is the organization's data sits in different technology systems. You can see here the organization's data comes from different data sources, and they need to incorporate different technologies to publish each data product. For example, for a particular data product, they need a um, uh, they need to use Azure Synapse, or they need to use some connectors for MySQL DBs or legacy systems. Then they need another connect for S3 buckets. So this makes a consumers has to be aware of underlying technology, as they may request specific drivers or connectors to retrieve data. And one driver may not fit for all the conditions. They have to use separate connectors. So coupling become a problem for change management. This make data products not independently deployed. So one of the feature of data products are independently deployable. So this difference in data sources make data products less independently deployable. This was one of the challenge. And another challenge was the data of HR or the finance data was sitting in different systems, and they need to create complex joins to create the inside dashboards. And also the data was in different format, like a JSON format, parakeet format, delta format. So consumer need to have a very good technology understanding to derive this complex create complex joins to create this type of dashboard. So complex join or technology knowledge required to implement this data mesh or concepts, or if for our data product. So what happened? This is where Dremio comes into picture. So here you can see this is how Dremio comes, and it is loosely coupled with your analytics things like a report, Power BI, or Tableau, or a Jupyter notebook, or a where you can create your data science models. And here is your data sources. It's also loosely coupled. Like you don't need any particular connectors created to connect or query your data. So the Dremio has below features, like it has a good semantic layer, got a good IT governance, Metastore with Git experience, an ANSI SQL engine, and query acceleration with help of reflections, and a very good scalable distributed architecture. And you can create data curated different data curations without any actually creating any physical copies. These are the added advantages of Dremio which make it more unique. And it is a very good open lakehouse platform which provide as data as a service. So, how Dremio help to overcome the challenges we explained earlier? So, we told the data is in different formats. So, what happened? Domains can create data products using data that lives anywhere. Dremio helps you to directly come, take your query, join it from anywhere. Though your data sits in, whether it's a legacy system, whether it's a S3, whether it's a ADLS, you can make it query here on whether your data is in a cloud or in on-premise, and whether the data is in any JSON, any format like JSON, Paraquet, Iceberg, all these formats are supported in Dremio. You can easily join the data. That is one of the advantage of Dremio that make it us to implement into data mesh. And another advantage of Dremio, or one of the feature of Dremio, is unified governance in Dremio. So Dremio as a single layer can implement the common business standards and fine grade access policies. So this helps the business domains more interoperable, to provide data products that are more interoperable, and also user defined and data management policies along with data access and data masking policies also come with Dremio. So you can give like a fine grained access to your each product, who can access what. This type of product, fine grained access is one of the best unified governance provided by Dremio. And another important feature from Dremio is a lineage. So suppose this is your data product, you can see the lineage, how your data got created here, how data product got created, from where, who are the sources, who are the owners of the data, and what are the transformations applied to create these data products. All you can see in the lineage. So this increases the trustworthiness of your data product, audit and compliance for your data product, visibility for your data users, the ownership of the data is visible, and also the quality of the data. This is how Dremio helps, and the data lineage in Dremio helps to build a data product. So develop HR data product in Dremio. So these lead the team or us to think about how we can develop a HR data product in Dremio. Okay, so Dremio's semantic layer, it has got a very good semantic layer which helps in domain modeling with fine grade access policies, as well as this has a user friendly UX in which we can drag and drop. So easily technical or non-technical users can create the queries with easily drag and drop options, and self-service platform to create, manage, share data product in isolation, and can be made discoverable to any other domains, and with other domains can consume the data product easily with the help of Dremio's self-service platform. And it has got the data catalogs, tags, and metadata lineage. All these makes data products more addressable, discoverable, and more self-describable. And there is another feature called Metas or service that bring full software development cycle experience to data product, which helps to understand the creation of a data product, the deletion of a data product, and it makes your availability, quality, and freshness of SLAs of your data product. So this is a very good feature from Dremio. And at the same time, Dremio helps to manage your data products like a code. So this is how a HR data product was made using a Dremio. So this is a sample architecture that with data mesh was implemented using Dremio. So here you can see this is the Dremio, and here you can see the data sources. It's never having any connectors available, so you not need to implicitly or sorry you not need to explicitly create any connectors or anything. And the dash, so here you can create your own virtual data sets for in your domain itself. Here this is an HR domain, this is a finance domain, and you can use your data products here using. So here the product development is happening inside the common self-service data platform, and you can create your data products. These data products is accessible, fine grained access control is given to each of your data products to other domains, as well as um, um, with any other domains, whoever have the access or has given the access can access your data products. And also it is a distributed computation engine which makes the uh, you can query large number of data. So here also a decoupled analytics dashboards or data modelings, or you can create machine learning models directly from your data without any hassles from these particular data sources. This is how a mesh looks like. And when to use data meshes? So we cannot use data mesh or implemented data mesh in all scenarios. There are some scenarios where it's best suited for a data mesh to be implemented. Actually, organizational is it's not a actually a technology based, it's a organizational structure, a shift in mindset. So if your organization is very large and you have a large number of domains, yes, go with data mesh. And second thing is, if you have a well defined roles in your organization, you are good to go with data mesh. The second thing is, like, your data is distributed in different sources, okay, then you are okay to go with a data product. And if you need a good governance and security structure, then data products or data mesh is a good option. And at the last, like, this data mesh is not something we can implement very fast. So data mesh is something which is continuously evolved for an organization. So if you have a mature engineering practices like CAD product, CICD process, then adapt to data mesh. It will be slowly evolving. It will not evolve in a fine day. It has to be slowly evolved in your organization. This is how you have to implement the data mesh. And thank you. I have tried to cover all concepts, including data mesh and how to create the implement the data mesh using Dremio. And I am open to any questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Envy, for such a brilliant presentation. And yeah, now it's time to answer the questions. So while you guys are typing your questions on YouTube platform, we have one question from the VR community platform. So this is the what are the drawbacks or cons of using Dremio as a tool to build data mesh?
Okay. Thank you for that question, Daria. So, the pros or the good part of Dremio is that, like, it has got a high speed BI dashboarding. So because of its features like data reflections, the arrow flight format it use, so it is a high speed dashboard. And it has self service IT governance, which helps to you to join the data from anywhere. And it's like, you will be having very good user experience, good semantics. So these are the main advantages, and it has connectors available for most of the lakes. Okay, you can easily connect open source object oriented or Azure data lakes, whatever it is, you can easily connect to it. And coming to cons, okay, so one of the cons what I see or what I face is like, the support for legacy infrastructure is like legacy infrastructures are a bit not good for Dremio as it is. So even even if you have to use for such legacy systems, you have to go back to some of the old versions of Dremio. And if it is an old version of Dremio, you may not be able to use the best good features that is implemented in the latest versions of Dremio. So this is one drawback I have seen or I have faced. Other than that, I couldn't find something other than that. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this perfect answer. And we have some more questions from YouTube. So, one of them is how exactly do you deal with duplicates, which unavoidably happen when you get data from different sources?
Yeah. So the main motive of Dremio itself or is that you can create redundant copies of data without much utilizing your data storage. Okay. So if for example the Dremio is creating only virtual data sets, it's not actually creating a physical data copies of your data. So which means a creation of a duplicates or from the different data sources does not consume your cost or your storage in any way. Hope I that answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. The next question will be how exactly the separate product ownership looks like in the real life, how new data sources are added to the new domain, how the new product is integrated.
So the ownership of the data product will be completely reside with the domain team. Okay, so the domain team will be the one who decide what technology or what source they have to use for creating their data source. So if there is a new source, new data source got added, so the new data source will be having the data from their new system. Like it will be having their domain data, so they can easily connect with the Dremio. Dremio is easily go use it format, like for Dremio. It has got connectors for most of the formats and most of the sources, and it has also one option for creating custom connectors. If you can one, you can develop it as well. This is also part of data products that you can use it.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And the next question we have here, if there is a large number of TB size sources, Dremio works as data pipeline to move the data from the sources to the consumers. What would be the load limitations?
Okay, so actually, Dremio is not moving the data from its source to the destination. That is the main feature of Dremio. Dremio is kind of virtualization tool. Like it just create a virtual data set over your actual data, and it has got options like reflections, which will help you to, and also some C3 caches, which help you to cache your frequently used queries in for S3 or your object-oriented other formats. And also it has got a arrow flight format, which helps you to query very large, huge size of data. So I don't think the size of the data will be having an issue, and also there is no question arise like a moving of data from the source to destination, as Dremio is creating a virtual layer over your actual data set. Hope that
Okay.
answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. We don't have any more questions here on YouTube or VR community, so I think that we are done with the questions. So thank you very much for your perfect presentation here, and I would like to ask our watchers from YouTube to go to the page of the event and put your rating to this brilliant speech. And if possible, please leave your feedbacks in the form that you will receive after the event, and also send the badges to praise our speaker. Thank you very much for coming to this event, and hope to see you on our next events as well. Thank you, guys, and have a nice day.
Thank you.